Good morning, good day, good afternoon, or evening to wherever you are. I'm Rismaboy, and today I'll be continuing my storytelling on the manga Tokyo Revengers. And in this video, it will be from chapter 76 to 79. If you guys don't want to know about what's going to happen in season 2, or you want to buy the manga to support the mangaka instead, quit this video. However, if you want to know more about Tokyo Revengers, especially what's going to happen in season 2 of the show, this is the right video for you. So if you're still here, let's jump to the video. So, the scene starts with the recording of Takemichi telling Chifuyu to get a seat. Naoto then starts to explain the changes that have occurred in the present this time. By the way, this is outside of the recording. There are a few things that have changed, like Takemichi himself and his position. However, the rest stays the same, like Naoto's job as police and Hina's death by a truck driven by Akun. I'm still not sure how to pronounce his name. Yeah, since I don't watch the anime. Naoto also confirms that he has been working together with Chifuyu and Kazutora. He also reveals that with that recording, he has no other choice but to arrest Takemichi. The recording then continues, with the essence being Takemichi gave an order to kill someone he doesn't even know to Asushi, or more known as Akun. The recording then continues to show Takemichi's rampage and hitting things while cursing Kisaki. Turns out Takemichi's realized that the person he ordered Akun to kill is Hina. This footage is the proof that Kisaki is involved in Hina's death. However, Chifuyu had been hiding it to protect Takemichi. Wow, what a nice guy he is. Takemichi then starts to blame himself on everyone's death, but crying is not gonna help, says Naoto. But Takemichi has fallen too far in his depression, even urges Naoto to give up with him. However, Naoto tries to keep him strong and by saying that Takemichi saved him and he's not useless. In the first timeline, he didn't even know who Draken was. Neither was Chifuyu, Keisuke Baiji, and Kazutora. None of them were there in that time. Yo, I just realized it as well. The only person who can change Toman is you, Takemichi. Says Naoto to strengthen up Takemichi, and it seems to work. In the next panel, Takemichi explains to Naoto on what is happening the last time he time leaped. First, he became the Toman's first division captain, and therefore he was one step closer to getting top of Toman. Then Naoto comes up with a pretty shocking but kinda makes sense theory. What if Kisaki killed Naoto's sister, Hinata, on purpose? I mean, doesn't that seem pretty strange? No matter how many times Takemichi went back in time, Hinata was killed every single time. Coincidence? I think not. In addition, Hinata also always killed by a truck with somebody in it, which I'm pretty sure is Akun every time. Wait, does he get isekai every time though? Naoto then also revealed that Takemichi will be moved to a detention center, therefore it will become more difficult for them to meet each other. Naoto giving his hand for Takemichi to shook then says that this is his only chance to go back in time again. Whatever happened between Takemichi and Kisaki, that is the key to solve Hinata's death, says Naoto. They then shook hands and Takemichi starts traveling back to 12 years in the past. He now targets the ex-Black Dragon members. Strike! Takemichi arrives at the past. This time he's bowling with Hinata, and he looks kinda good at bowling, not gonna lie. On the contrary, Hina kinda looks bad at bowling. No, just kidding, she totally wrecks Takemichi at bowling. Turns out Takemichi was really into bowling at the time, which explains why he even had his own gloves and shoes. It's Takemichi's turn now. Fourth strike in a row, says Takemichi. However, when he used the strike, there's also a guy hitting strike next to him. Turns out, he is Hakai Shiba, Toman's 2nd Division Vice Captain at that time. And turns out, he isn't there alone. He is accompanied by his older sister, but he seems pretty different from what Takemichi saw in the present. He's pretty friendly here. Yeah, that's shocking. Hakai Shiba, the 11th leader of Black Dragons, rumor says that he killed the 10th leader, said Kazutora. By the way, this is the flashback when Takemichi spoke with Kazutora in the car, and he even murdered a guy for money and power. We're bros now, says Hakai Shiba as he embraces Takemichi, even asks him to come over to his place. Oh, by the way, this is outside the bowling alley, and they were on the way to a place, which I'm pretty sure that's Hakai's place. His sister, finally we know her name is Yuzua Shiba, is pretty nice and sweet too. He doesn't seem to be a murderer at all. His sister then criticizes Takemichi that he's not good and decent fighter and even questions him as 1st Division Captain. She even says that Hakai can outrank him if he is interested in that position. Hakai then reveals that he doesn't like to be a top man because it's giving him headaches. He does look pretty different here. His sister even reveals that Hakai is kind of guy who freezes every time a girl besides his sister talks to him. Is he the same Hakai Shiba, the leader of Black Dragon who killed the previous leader for money? He doesn't look like a bad guy at all, says Takemichi. Takemichi then asked if he goes along with the first division captain, Mitsuya. Hakai humbly answers that Mitsuya is like his older brother to him. He also tells Takemichi not to be so polite since they're the same age. He also explains why Mitsuya is like his older brother to him, which is that Mitsuya drilled him into how cool and uncool a delinquent can be. He even has Mitsuya pictures as his lock screen. Not gonna lie, that's sweet. But no gay. So they seem to be good friends, but what happens with their friendship in the future? Did he maybe join the Black Dragons after breaking things with Mitsuya? Well, we're gonna find out about that soon. If that's the case, I might be able to prevent Black Dragons from corrupting Toma in the future, thinks Takemichi. However, as soon as they arrive at Hakai's house, the Black Dragon gang have waited there. Hakai then quickly tells Takemichi to go home. Koko then appears from the gang to welcome his young master, Hakai. Wait a second, young master? Is the previous leader Hakai's dad? Well, I don't know about that. Well, we're gonna find out about that soon enough. However, seeing Takemichi, he gets pissed off. Is there a Toman member on a turf? They then preparing to beat Takemichi and saying that he won't get out there alive. Well, Takemichi is pretty much dead at this time. Koko then reveals that the zone belongs to Black Dragon's territory. If other gangs come to the area, the leader asks them to kill them. Well, that means Takemichi is pretty much dead. Surprisingly, Hakai and his sister stand up and protect Takemichi. They don't even go easy with girl, says Yuzua to Hina, telling her to run. When they're starting to get close to Takemichi, Hakai gives the last warning to one of the gang member, but he won't listen to his order, so Hakai starts to beat him up by punching his face to the ground. After that, he apologizes to Takemichi for getting him involved in the matter. Wow, such a nice guy. What happened to 12 years though? Hakai then reveals the current leader in which he killed in the future is Shiba Taiju, his own older brother. Well, except that he never said he will kill the previous leader. Wow, that makes sense why they call Hakai the young master. Hakai then asks Koko where Taiju is right now, and Koko answers that he is in convenience store right now. He's hardly home except for things like this. What a pain in the ass, says Hakai. However, Koko heard it and starts threatening him with his knife and tells him not to talk trash about their leader. Suzuya then quickly do a roundhouse kick on Koko's head, even putting him on the ground. But just before he starts to attack them, Suzuya tells them to leave and go home, and by them I mean Takemichi and Hina. However, just as soon as Takemichi asks Hina to join him to go, someone with a monstrous body starts to charge at him. Then lariats Takemichi with his left hand. Takemichi's thrown pretty far by that lariat, and I think he's unconscious. And that guy turns out to be Taiju Shiba. And that's the last panel of chapter 79 of the Tokyo Revengers manga. Comment down below whether you think that my storytelling is bad or good. Thank you for watching and listening. Have a nice day.